How's it going, people? How's it going, Facebookers? How's it going, everybody? This is Jose Trujillo with another little session from Facebook Live, a little painting session that I want to do. And I had already sketched this right now, so just wanted to show you a little bit of what's going to happen right here. Very simple stuff, yet effective. One of the things that I like about doing when I'm painting is treat it. This is something that I learned from reading. Again, I didn't have a mentor. I learned. I'm a self-taught artist, but I spent a lot of time in museums and practicing in plein air, which means open air outside, and reading from the diaries of the masters. You know, I was always very intrigued. What are the masters saying? How do they treat it? How do they their little secrets, right? The things that they left, they wrote about. And one of the things that I learned that I like to do was from Eugène Delacroix. It's a French painter, romantic painter. He used to love to pick up the essence of something. And although we know him as painting very intense scenes, if you pay attention to his work, one of the famous ones is, of course, Liberty Guiding the People, and a lot of Moroccan scenes. He spent some time in Morocco, and one of the things that he does is that he doesn't like to finish it. And I think that the Impressionists, well, I don't think, I know after reading about it, but they felt compelled to that. Because if you don't finish the work, his belief was that the eye tried to finish it. You know, if you don't, in other words, if you don't put all the information, all the detail, right? And this is something that I love doing. And I knew that I loved to do that before I found out about that. And when I read one of his, I think it was one of his letters or journal entries. He used to write a lot. When I read about that, I was like, oh man, this guy gets me. This guy gets me because I love leaving partial information and a play of optics. Really, it's what happens, and it's a different style. You know, it's a different way of painting. It's you're painting as if you care about what you're doing, and yet you leave information out that may seem even, crucial. And he used to think if you finish the whole painting, you kill it. If you don't leave it unfinished, what happens is that the human the human eye is very intelligent, and we're not just seeing horizontally. We're not just seeing linear. You know, there's different dynamics happening when we see something. And another artist that I learned that from was also Cézanne. Cézanne knew about that, and not as in a knowledge thing, but as in an experience. There was an experience, I think, that happens when you start looking at something very much. You start paying attention at something, and it's very visible in works by Cézanne. It's also visible, in my opinion, in works by Van Gogh, even though he didn't get credit while he was alive. And of course, Delacroix was a master of doing that, even though we wouldn't normally think of him as Impressionism or any of that. But he certainly did play with color. He was a colorist, all right. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully. But this is a little sneak peek of what the kind of stuff that I do in the studio, how I train myself. I like to paint multiple times a day. I like to not just work on a painting. Delacroix used to do that too. Delacroix used to be able to finish 2-3 paintings a day, if not more. There's many accounts that he would finish a painting in a night too. Very serious painting like the Crucifixion, one of his crucifixion scenes. And I think it was part to that, not because he didn't finish them, but because he was looking for something else. And I think he was paving the way for the rest of us, knowingly or not. I don't know. Probably not. No, I don't think he was like, I'm going to pave the way for the rest of these guys. No. But this is what I like to do. It keeps me fresh. I also like to sketch, as you see me share some of that stuff. But I'm looking for a dynamic into the painting, a different dynamic. And it's not that I'm trying to be special, okay? It's not that. It's that I'm trying to discover something else, and not something that hasn't been found, but to look in a different way. You know, what if we're looking at things much more in a deeper way than just linear? And you know what I mean linear is just direct. What if we're looking at things in a very different way? What if we're looking, as I'm looking at something, maybe memory plays a game into it. You know, maybe memory has something to do and that I'm not even aware consciously. You know, it's happening subconsciously. And I'm not trying to be airy or any of that. But it's been my experience that when I look at something and I'm going to paint it, there's much more happening, and that meets the eye, or there's also emotion happening when I'm looking at it. So how does that play in there? There's also emotion going on. There's memory. There's also attention. And I think when you give something enough attention, you understand it at a deeper level, and that's also playing a role in there. Whether you're doing it realistically, to put it that way, right, in a style term, whether you're doing some sort of ism, impressionism, expressionism, or any of those, it doesn't matter. When you look at something enough, it's my belief, my understanding, you start gaining information that it seems unfinished to the naked eye. It just seems unfinished, to the eye. But you are going you're going in a deeper experience with it. That it's not even there. I mean, this green, this stuff, it's not there. I'm not trying to capture the bottle. I'm not trying to capture the light of the bottle. I'm not trying to paint it. I'm not even trying to paint it. That's a good thing. There you go. I'm not trying to paint the bottle. I'm painting what it feels like. What is the experience of looking at the bottle? That's what I'm painting. I'm painting the idea and some of the optics, and all these things are happening at the same time. It's not about the bottle alone. Just the same way as when we see something that we see a baby, we see a baby, a newborn. You're not looking at a baby. You're looking at someone who is, who, in my opinion, just came back from heaven, and they have something that is very true, which is their attention. Their attention is so true that when you see a baby, you have no other, because there's no judgment. So you're looking at a deeper level, and they're looking at you at a deeper level, and that's where you go, oh, look at that baby. Look at the eyes. The same way when you look at the Grand Canyon, there's this immensity, this vastness, and all you can do is be there. That's all you can do. You have no words. You have nothing. Later on, you'll start thinking about majestic, this, that. But when you're in front of it, it's just like when you're in a danger moment, or something very, very intense, all you have is, oh wow, you have this almost this gasp, So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to finish this painting, but it's not going to be on Facebook Live. I'm going to be sharing the end of it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.